Cracking guys, welcome back to Clash with Bando. Tonight we're in a war with Liba's KM crew. 84 wins, level 8, Malaysian. Seems to be not a lot happening early days, except obviously a big smashing hit from Tits on number 6. That's going to put us in a good stead. It's 8 bases to 7. Of course, we've got Clown Mascot down the bottom, so the attacks are about even. And we've had a lot of missed Town Hall 9s, unfortunately. Kimmy, which is also one of Tits' accounts, he's actually had a 6-star war. Muzz has banged one out, and we've had the Town Hall 8s, of course, dealt with. So they've actually done base opens. That helped Tits get a bit of a leg up on number 6, and he came out with a pretty good attack. That'll be on my wall recap, and then we've had 2 base opens on 7 and 8. So tonight's war session, I'm going to be doing a Shattered GoHog on number 11, and then I'm going to do a couple of lightning-based attacks on 7 and 8. So, it's a bit of a big night. Should hopefully go more than around 20 minutes with recording and that, but this is my army for Bando 82. We'll look at the base. It was pretty funny to see Phoenix, that's Shine's his main account, to just get the 49%. He did go in with a Queen Walk / GoHog, which I thought was a bit weird, considering you've got a lot of air defences all centred. 3 lightnings would knock out 2 air defence, and then the other one is very easy to get to. There's a multitude. It's an interesting game still, even with max heroes, to every now and again have a bit of a brain fart and go, oh shit, maybe I should have done something different. So I do know there is a giant bomb in the corner there. There's a giant bomb in the corner up top there, and Tesla's around the outside of the base. I do know where the skeleton traps are. I do not know where the second 2 giant bombs are. These guys have been running, not troll, here we go, bit of noise, not troll bases, but troll bombs and traps, which, look, if they get a defend off it, then it's done the job, hasn't it? You know, nowadays with Town Hall 9, if you defend 1, you've done all right. If you defend 2, you've done awesome. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to find out where these other 2 bombs are. I've seen hogs run in mainly over on this left-hand side, and there was none. So what I plan on doing is starting with a couple minions on this camp. That's just plain and simple to give it a herd. You see the arch tower's not out, that's not out. I don't need my my king or queen tracking around. I do have witches for once. I don't take them too often, but I'm a little bit concerned about losing heroes to the side up here. So what I'm going to be doing is my first golem's going to be just above that archer tower, just above it. And then the second one will be down because the Tesla should be up by then. So then I'll be able to spread out some Wizzies up top. I'll lose them in the end, but it's important to make sure I get that down. The old King's probably going to give me a bit of grief as well, so I want to be aware I don't, probably don't want to go too far, too high. I don't want to have him too early and then stuffing up my herding. So pretty simple enough attack. Shattered GoHogs, fairly straightforward. I could consider it some kind of a Queen Walk, but with all of these heavy storages and shit, it's just going to take a long time, and I thought I would go with a simple army and start my raid session off with. So yeah, it's a dragon and archers in the CC. So I guess without further ado, start with minions. Golem's not too high. I need to make sure I'm aware of where my wall breakers are going, because that wizard tower could give me a bit of grief. So let's get into it. 4 wall breakers. Only got 8 wizzies because I'm taking the 2 witches. So I would normally take around 10 wizzies to use 6 to 8 and carry some. But yeah, I'm going to take 3 heals. And let's get going. 2 poisons, so I'm hoping to use 1 poison early for the Clan Castle and Queen, and then save 1 for Skellies, because they could be a little bit grievous. Righto, let's get into it. Didn't I click attack? Righto, let's start with a couple minions like I said. 1, 2. I would have preferred if you had have gone the other way. That's cool. Give that a couple seconds. Yep, that's what I wanted. Righto, let's get going. Ah, shit. Lost me wall breakers, that's painful. I'm going to drop out a few early hogs because I need to make sure I don't let my queens turn. Beautiful. Queen's still going. That dragon's still alive. Need to make sure I keep up with my heals. Get this wizard out, get this out. Now I'm going to make sure I try and cover my heals so they get that giant bomb. That giant bomb's the big one. That's what's going to give me the grief. Come on, come on. Oh shit! Alright, so I'm going to get a split on those hogs by the looks. Oh, you bugger. That cannon's going to give me the shits now. Need to get that archer tower down. Beautiful. And just a little lick on the cannon. Oh, no. Right, so it's going to be time-based. The queen's put herself in a really good position. Witches are still there too, so that's nice. Fuck knows where he put his other two giant bombs. Oh, a little minion just kicking along there. Come on, Skellies, get off the walls. Always helps to be able to get those DPS troops down. You stupid witch. To get your DPS troops down, you see I got that wizard down even whilst looking at hogs and trying to get that heal. So time. Always one of those things you got to consider. That one wizard, the amount of shit he's cleared. Luckily he hasn't found a giant bomb. So you look at the base and, you know, I'm in organised wars now. I get to see a shitload of different bases. That looks like there's a third one. It looks like a simple base, but it's giving me a bit of grief. Good start though. It's nice to get the 3 either way. Just going to pause now and I'll swap over to one of my other accounts. Okay, here we are back with Bando81B. I do have built a GoLaLoon shattered, so 2 golems. I've got 2 hounds, a lot of loons, 3 lightnings. So what we're looking at is we're looking at base number 8, and it's been hit by the Menace, one of our Town Hall 8s, and he's shown me a fair bit. No air traps, but I can draw that with a hog if I wanted to. I'm not going to with the way I want to attack. I want to start off with some DPS down around things like storages and all of that. So the basic plan is to lightning out this Inferno Tower. Now that's the level 2 Inferno Tower, so we know it takes 3 level 6s for lightning and 1 max quake, or it still takes 3 level 7s and a quake. So I know I've got a little bit of room to spread, so I'm quite happy to be able to put that down on that bottom middle sort of part of that Inferno. That's going to get a good chunk in the middle there. From there I want to use some loons up top. That's to break that archer tower. I can't have that archer tower causing my golems to pad away, so I'm then going to use some golems to come in at this cannon and jump the cannon and air defense into the Expo and play around in there. I've got a rage and a jump, king, queen, and they're going to be hungry. So there's not a huge amount of stuff in the middle going in that direction. I just want to desperately make sure that I don't lose. The king's pretty important. He's probably the most important, because if I lose him, then he won't get the Inferno. I think he's got a better chance of getting the Inferno than the Queen. She's probably going to get hung up on things like town halls and shit like that. So that's the basic plan. I have considered on this base possibly doing a Queen walk and having a lightning base system as well. But I am trying to make sure I get it all sorted out well. I'm just going to pause. Alright, sorry, I just had to turn off notifications for me old group. We've got a big thing this weekend with Houston Live versus Australia. You saw the name there, and that was Crocodile Dundee. So I need to make sure that I'm putting a golem down, and then I want my first 2 wall breakers to sort of aim for the barracks. So those aren't going to cause too much issue. Splash isn't going to be a problem. So I just need to make sure that I position it well so I've got the stuff running the way I want. And of course, herding down the bottom. So it's maybe a little bit overcomplicated. Maybe I should just consider that walk. But I'm not really happy with having to walk the top with all the cannons and point defences and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go for a bit of a GoLaLoon. It's something I've been working on personally. So let's double check my army. Everything's there. 2 hounds. I should only have, everything goes to plan, just the 1 air defense. So I don't need a huge amount of hounds, but because I'm not going to have any spells for my hounds or air element, I want to make sure I've got the tanking capacity just to get in for that. The Teslas in the midfield, that's going to be the main problem, I think. These arch towers down the bottom don't matter. I've got lots of loons, so we know that they go down easy enough. Alright, so I need to make sure I get my lightning off first. That should be about it. Everything's ticked. Let's get into it. First thing I said is going to be my lightning. And I know that she's going to go to the corner. And go there. Didn't get it dead, that's a bit disappointing. Now I need to make a decision on my earthquake. I'll go there. Let's get a minion. Minion. Now I want 2 loons there. I need to be aware of any traps. It's looking good. Okay, so that's a good start. That's what I want. Let's get going for the king. No splash. Good whizzies. Now let's get those last 2 whizzies in. Get a poison up. Alright, king's getting smashed. Hope there's no giant bomb. There is, that's disappointing. Queen's getting fucking hung up. That's it, Queenie, come on. Those loons are struggling in midfield. That tank's going alright. Still got a fair chunk of life on that hound, so that's going to get me over the line in the end, providing I don't get too many bloody black bombs. Good DPS cleanup. So the hound is tanking, the loons are coming in. Beautiful. So a big thing with bases like this, what really I still fail on is the cleanup, just the absolute cleanup percentage. Oh shit, I've still got 2 hounds left. So you see I did start a couple of archers, a couple of minions, just to get that early starting. That's worked good. Ah, celebration coffee. So now that's our second 3-star on our 10s. We're going to put them in a pretty bad position now, which is awesome. So that we were one base behind, we're now one base in front. So that's good. Just going to swap again. Okay, my army's finally built. This is clan mascot. You can see I've got my level 10 warden finally. Pretty low hero still, 2025, but obviously this is a points dropping account. It's been around for quite a while and still getting the hang of with the lower heroes. It's funny, you get used to having your big 40-40s, but the trick, I guess, is to not give it too big assignments. Pretty simple looking base. I have seen an open, so I've seen a couple of the traps, and I'm just going to go in with a lightning strike queen walk. I'm going to do a few funny things. The CC looked like it was a dragon and loons. I only saw the dragon, so I just make the assumption on the other ones. I'm going to start with my own loons to open up the dragon, and then I'm going to use a couple of wall breakers. Just to, you can see the range there, so I can aim at the mortar, and that'll draw the things. So from there, I'm going to put my queen up top to draw the dragon, and also get into there, and I'll lighten the inferno by the queen. And I doubt that'll kill the queen, but that's why I want to put my queen walking along there. I could send my king in, but lower level, I might have to use my warden as well. So either way, king's going to go in and get an air defense by himself, just leaving 2 air defenses left. All low level. I think it was 2 max Teslas, 2 low Teslas. They're in the midfield. So the queen, once she's going, there's no major problems. I've taken 4 healers, just for the simple reason that I want to try and avoid using any spells on her. I've got poison for the clan castle, so it should be pretty simple. The queen should just get through that whole section, hopefully. But yeah, it shouldn't be too big a deal. I need to start with my loons first, don't I? Let's get into it, eh? Tick, 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 tick. How we going? Barbs are just so I can walk in some wall breakers. I could just take an extra wall breaker, I guess. But a few minions for the end. I'll probably use 1 or 2 for a bit of hurt at the start. And just let me double check one more thing. I want to see the range on that air defense. Make sure it doesn't smash up me healers. So, shitload of loons. Warden on flight mode. Let's get into it. 2 hounds. I'll probably just do the hounds together when it's time. Now let's go 2 loons there, 1 loon there. Oh, that didn't work. This is why I was considering using a, there we go. Considering using a, where's my queen? Now, oh shit. Let's pop my queen. Oh, my wall breakers aren't going to get in now. That's alright. I may end up needing that queen should get the enemy queen, no dramas. Alright, old Kingsy's going for it. Alright, the queen's going to be a painful bitch. Plenty of time. There goes the king, I did forget to herd. Alright, those minions will come over towards the queen in the end, so no, they're all gone. Alright, let's get into the air, hey? Definitely, yeah, definitely. Let's go from here. Missed me, thingamajiggy. Me bloody Warden is sitting there doing fuck knows what. Let's get that out. He's tanking, that's what he's doing. Here this go again. So you pretty much bullied that. I made that harder by missing my lightnings. Good time though. Lucky with the all the troops cleaning up. Queen still got her healers. I really do need the Queen to turn left. Would be nice. You should do. You would think. Missed me freeze. That was about the worst thing I noticed. I actually considered throwing a couple of healers on the King for that, but yeah, maybe it would have worked. Would have done the job. 3 stars. Alright, so that's about it for me. Went a bit silent there as I was concentrating. That puts us 3 stars in the bag, so we're a couple in front now. So yeah, should be a good war. Look forward to wrapping this one up. It's really good to see Tets getting the 3 stars there on number 6. His account, it isn't a huge account or anything like that. He's only got 25 heroes. Yeah, all good.